Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo.
Oh, you singing
Yo,
some
yo,
drowning
yo.
pool. Okay.
That's the
One.
That's the real
Me too.
real shit, man.
Yo, what is going on, guys? This is a highly advised podcast, and as you can see, we are here live and in the flesh with each other for the first time and probably ever that you've seen that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is episode 70. I am here, literally here with my amigos and compadres. How are you guys doing today?
Man.
Tonight.
Well, tonight, I'm doing good, man. I had a good weekend, and as far as right now, I'm doing amazing.
Tired?
Yeah, but
It was worth it.
it was worth it.
Where are we?
We are here live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Making its way down to the ring.
Nah, we are here from Las Vegas, Nevada. We are the Highly Advised Podcast. If you want to follow the best hip-hop and MMA crossover, you can follow us at the Highly Advised Podcast on Instagram, Advise Highly on Twitter. I am relaxandnoG_Jackson, and introduce yourselves, my friends. Oh, follow us on YouTube, too. Stop fucking with us.
Yeah, it's your boy Big Cozy, Too Cozy. The main event, yep, that's me. That's all I got for right now.
Clearly, you finally been able to put a face to the name to the face, the voice to the face. All of us in one. As you know, it's me, Spence.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at St. Kitch, st.kitch. And like my friend said, you can also follow us on the social medias. Highly Advised Podcast on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Advise Highly on Twitter.
Word.
The YouTube, the Highly Advised Podcast.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was trying to do some razzle dazzle, but it didn't look right.
It's all good. It's all good. So, what brought us here to Vegas? Who's going to bring... Matter of fact, wow, this is your weekend. I think you should narrate as to how things started and why we're here in the first place.
Well, to get away.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Vegas to get away. We found a land of oil and...
Stop the shenanigans, man. Tell the people why you came here, man.
I just came here to enjoy myself and have a good time.
Doing what? Why? Give us some details.
All right, so on August 21st, we went to the Allegiant Stadium where the Las Vegas Raiders, where they're going to be playing this upcoming season of football.
Okay.
We went there to go see WWE SummerSlam with 50,000 plus people there.
Yes.
Good time. The big match was John Cena, Roman Reigns, and we had a good time.
Yeah. How about this?
What's up?
You told him what happened on the 21st.
Uh-huh.
Tell him about the days before. What was so special then that got us to SummerSlam?
I don't know. You guys are trying to.
Why don't you just say it? You know what we're trying to get you to say. You know what we're trying to get you to say. You're purposely not saying it.
All right, listeners. Let's take it from the top. So, basically, we're out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, because I had to make an executive decision that, hey, let's go out here. It's gonna be my birthday, and I would like to do something nice and fun. So that's why we're out here. I'm here with the special counsel and the executive consultant.
Fair enough.
And these two gentlemen are here making sure that they lay the rug out in front of me, carry my bags, and make sure we go to each store and they use their hard-earned money to get whatever I like, plus SummerSlam.
No bags were carried.
Yeah. Not one bag was carried. One purchase was made.
So, funny enough, listeners, on the way out here, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. Not too long before we caught the flight out here, me and Lyle, because we flew out of the same place, flight got canceled.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out a way as to get here. You know, it's a little bit of maneuvering and whatnot.
Right.
And we finally got here. And let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie, I like the West Coast. I never been this far out west in my life, and I like this shit. I like the weather. I like the sights. I like all the sights.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, my brother. You joined the club now.
Yeah, I would say this. Like, to me, love the West Coast. Would definitely come back out here. Beautiful weather. Beautiful everything.
The sights.
Beautiful. Exactly. There's so many beautiful things to see out here. No bugs. Dry, hot air. Plenty of fun. I mean, there's a lot more that could be said, but we'll kind of get more into it.
Yeah. So the flight here was kind of crazy because we spent all day flying.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was crazy. We weren't even at the airport as long as we were flying in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess typically that's how it's supposed to work out, but man, it was an adventure on Friday.
Yeah, we had a couple stops, and we definitely had to make some connecting flights because shit got all haywire. But at the end of the day, we ended up out here. There's a lot of stuff to do out here. I enjoy coming out here a lot. It's a lot of fun. I like traveling. Obviously, vacation's always fun, especially when you have friends like these. How could they not be fun, right?
Thanks.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
There's no problem, Lyle. I don't know. Me personally, like, I want to come out here for like a fight or like, just something else.
Fight out here?
To watch one.
Oh, got you.
I'm peaceful. I'm relaxing, so they can't.
Oh, Hill Jackson wasn't here this weekend?
Hill Jackson might have showed his face like a couple times, but not often.
He didn't show up.
Oh, okay, well, it's fair enough. It's just relaxing Jackson.
Yeah. You don't got nothing to say? He
didn't like it.
What you mean?
He didn't like the trip.
Oh, nah. I thought you...
What about your food, Spence?
Yeah.
You had to get your food connoisseur shit on?
I mean, of course. Stopped to Momofuku a couple times. Beautiful food, great steaks, great lamb.
How'd the lamb taste? Was it tender?
Yeah, it was lamb ribs.
Oh.
Grilled lamb ribs, so it tasted amazing.
You ain't never had that before. That's why it tastes so good.
So you don't know what that tastes like.
But nah, I mean, the food was good. Got a chance to see some beautiful art galleries, so of course, copped up on some new work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love the trip, for real. I mean, in a nutshell, that was really it. Like, outside of SummerSlam, I mean, we ran up and down the boulevard for the most part, so.
So how was SummerSlam, Wow? The event that you were looking forward to for the trip?
It was a great event. I think that it could have... I have nothing to complain about. Had a shitty flight to the city. Once we touched down and we recouped and rehabilitated, I should say, we went out to Allegiant Stadium with our fourth rope shirts on.
Okay.
And
wonder how we got those.
We'll get to that. And I'm telling you, like, I was there staring at 50,000 people. It was a great time, great atmosphere. I recommend anybody just to go for the experience, even if you're a diehard fan or not. It's just cool. Everybody going crazy when their favorite wrestler is appearing, and the main event was awesome because everybody was into it. So I just think SummerSlam was a good time. It's a good time. You don't meet anybody, no assholes, nobody that's so gung-ho this or gung-ho that. They're there to enjoy the time like we were. So
right.
SummerSlam was, I'll give like that whole experience a 5-star rating. I had a good time. I know there was a little theory locally that, hey, not theory, but words have been rumbling that apparently the stadium ran out of food. I didn't experience that. I don't know if you guys did, but I didn't experience that.
So what happened with us, like, I was trying to look for some food. I was hungry. So trying to get some fries of some type. Hey, we're not selling anything. The car station's down. So we get these free nachos instead. I'm not complaining about nachos. I like nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I see it like this. Like, we didn't have a problem, but I felt like they did a good job of accommodating those that end up maybe had that problem. Because like you said, they were just giving away free, like, popcorn, nachos, and drinks at that point. to whoever they could. So I mean, I think overall it wasn't. I didn't have a bad experience. It's unfortunate for those that did. From what I heard, it was more than just that specific arena. It was like something happening nationwide that kind of brought all of that. But I mean, it was a great experience nonetheless. Even like Lau said, like SummerSlam in itself was great. But yeah, like I said, man, like going through security was even crazy in itself, right? So you're seeing, like Lau said, you're seeing kids dressed up like John Cena.
A lot of kids.
I swear to you, in a stadium of 51,000 people, it seemed like a good maybe 20% of that whole arena was green and yellow for John Cena. I mean, I'm quite sure a lot of people are upset the way the match ended for those that wore that stuff, but I mean, they did a perfect job. Everything was perfect. I think I didn't like one or maybe one match, and it was just not my personal preference. But other than that, it was a great experience. Like, as someone that's not a wrestling fan.
You know, my bad, sorry, go ahead.
As someone that's not a wrestling fan, I would highly suggest that you go to like a main event wrestling like event for real.
My favorite match of the night was Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. I thought it was funny that Bobby Lashley essentially beat him up and then beat his son up, and then they just left like nothing happened. I enjoyed that match a lot. But what I enjoyed about that match the most, I think, was the fact that the crowd was cheering on Bobby Lashley as he beat up old man Goldberg and his son. They were happy about this. You know what I mean? And I was too. I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, shouts out to him for beating up his son, because, I mean, like, that was very entertaining to me.
Hey, just remember, they did not know that was his son when they beat him up.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No idea.
They knew. But I think I had two favorite moments. The first one was Edge's ring entrance. Now, mind you, listeners, maybe some of you are probably in my age group, but I grew up watching Edge and Christian on TV and stuff like that. So to actually see him in person for the first time, he's doing his old school entrance from the 90s. Then he, switches it up to do his modern day entrance. It was cool. And the match he was in was a really good match. But the reason why I liked the main event more, because the tribal chief won.
Yes.
And it was great because we had a shocking reveal at the end of the match. Brock Lesnar is back. He showed up after there was a bunch of rumors saying that, he's not going to be here, he's going to UFC, blah, whatever. He showed up, and the crowd went nuts for it because it was a shock. So those were my two moments.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, my favorite moment has to be Edge come out, because when Edge came out, I never seen, like, it kind of it reminded me of, like, what I watched as a kid, of, like, the blockbuster type of entrances, the lights, and then switching from all red in the whole stadium to turning around to, like, yo, it's hella bright, and next thing you know, he just runs out to the arena or whatever. So it was super. I think to me that had to be probably my favorite part of the whole thing. I mean, of course, watching John Cena
Get beat up,
but when he was pinning, when people thought he had dude pinned, the whole crowd was like erupting, thinking it was about to be a 3 count. But that, to me, that had to be the best part, for real.
Me and Lyle were talking about it as the match was going on, and I, like, pretty much, like, you could tell the story they were trying to tell with John Cena was like, hey, this guy, he's going to try as hard as he can, but he's just not going to win. And he didn't. And it was funny to see Roman Reigns, as John Cena's struggling to get up, hits him with multiple F5, or I'm sorry, what's his,
F5?
No, not F5, that's Brock Lesnar. What's John Cena's shit?
The F, well, it's not called the FU anymore, but the FU, the joint pick up on the shoulders and throw him up.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to get him from the top rope with that. Still couldn't get him. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is talking shit in the camera and to anybody else who will listen. Of course, nobody can hear what he's saying, but he's continuously talking shit.
Yeah.
So that was a cool match. I enjoyed the Seth Rollins match. Because Seth Rollins, I think he's one of the better wrestlers on the roster, in my opinion, personally. And they told a story with that, but I like that match a lot, but, you know, the whole event was just, you know, enjoyable.
Yeah, overall it was really enjoyable. There was like 2 matches I really didn't like, and every other match though was just, I can get down to it. You know, there was a bunch of funny moments because you know how wrestling could be over the top, but it was a good event.
Yeah, Arcade Bro, man.
You know what's crazy? Arcade Bro, that shit was nice. That shit was funny. It's crazy. There were 2 more events that happened in Las Vegas that we weren't, you know, able to go to, but there were all like multiple events going on. We had SummerSlam, had the Manny Pacquiao fight, and we had the UFC fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao took a loss last night.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost?
He lost.
He lost.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Decision.
Wow.
Yeah. Some people are thinking he might, you know, hang it up.
Yeah. Hang it up and go run for president in the Philippines. Apparently.
Honestly, I don't think it would be a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if his heart, you know, is in it because of the way he was talking after, you know, the or the fight and whatever. But I mean, like, I didn't get a chance to watch the fight, obviously, so I don't know what happened. But
Well, what did he say in the afterwards?
said this might be it, essentially. I don't know the exact wording, so, you know, don't quote me.
Well,
but yeah, I mean, he's had a great career, you know.
Fantastic career. Yeah.
Hang it up and do your thing.
Yeah, the man's been fighting since I think he was like, he's been boxing since he was like 12.
Yeah.
So, and he's probably in late 30s, early 40s at this point?
No, he's about to be in his mid 40s.
He's up there.
40s?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, he's older than Floyd.
Is he?
No. Pacquiao's older. I mean, Floyd is older than
Yeah,
Pacquiao. My bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's a late night, listeners, so,
Yeah.
you know, we might not get everything right.
We might make small mistakes.
Not even mistakes, you know. We don't make mistakes over here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim that. You know, every human being makes mistakes.
Except us.
Except no one.
You know who else made a mistake last night?
Who made the mistake last night?
Calvin Gastelum.
Did he make a mistake?
Oh, okay. Go ahead and get your shit off, Alex. Tell the listeners what you truly feel about him.
I just think that Kelvin Gastelum has been on a decline, and I picked Jared Cannonier to win. Now, listeners, mind you, because I was out here in Las Vegas enjoying my time out here, none of us saw the fight. Well, I can't speak for Spence and Nigel. I know I didn't watch the fight. I didn't even watch any highlights. I just saw the results. But I think this win for Cannonier is a win that he needs, even though he wasn't like on no losing streak.
Right.
But he needs this win to help him to be like 1 or 2 fights away from a title shot. In my opinion, he has to fight the winner of Brunson and Till, and right there he could be in the picture. But we'll see, though. We'll see. As far as Kelvin Gastelum, he needs to go down the welterweight, I think, if he wants to have a chance at a title.
Funny enough, he missed weight again.
See?
Oh, really?
Missed weight again.
So he might need to go up.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's way too small for like him.
there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Like, he can't.
That's it then.
He needs to figure something out. I'm not sure exactly as to what it is, and I think it's kind of disappointing, I guess, as a fan, because like he seemed like to really be, you know, building up a certain spot in his career, like to where he was going to be a solid contender. But now he just needs to build himself up to be like, you know, I don't want to say he's not in the top 10 anymore, but I mean, if he has to build himself up. He has to go back to the drawing board and figure a few things out, whether that's a drop in welterweight or like refocusing or something. He needs to do that, but it's not looking too hot for him at all.
Is he on a losing streak at this point or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
2 fights maybe, if.
I'll just...
Yeah, look it up real quick. I'll cut this off.
I'm trying to think. Like, I think that he lost to Israel. He lost to Darren Till. I think he did have one win. Can't remember the win it was against. He just lost to Cannonier. Lost to Whitaker as well. Yeah, he's on a 2-fight losing streak.
2-fight losing streak right now?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Damn, my memory's good with that shit, man.
hey, man.
Doug, he's 1-5 in his last 6 fights.
Yeah.
1-5 in his last 6 fights.
You got to retool it. And the thing is, I think he has the skill. to be successful at that weight class. I personally think he should drop down to welterweight though, because I feel like he can just perform better there. I think his wrestling is good enough to win him some fights. I think his stand-up is good enough to win him some fights in combination with his wrestling skill set. You know what I mean? So, you know,
absolutely,
he'll figure it out, and he'll hopefully get better.
I think if he wants a shot at the title, any UFC title, his best bet is to get serious and go to welterweight. Bantamweight, too many people has already beat him already.
You mean what? Middleweight?
Middleweight, excuse me. Yes. Oh my gosh.
It's a late night listening.
Yeah, middleweight at 185, he's already lost to too many people that he's going to have to work his way back up to, like, he's going to have to go through a murderer's row to get a chance again at 185.
Yeah.
But at 170, his biggest problem was just him cutting weight. So if he got serious and cut weight, he could try to make a run at 170.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just too small for light heavyweight. You know what I mean? Those 205 guys, they're going to
dog him.
Yeah, they will dog him just off of the size alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it like this. At the end of the day, when it comes to a loss, if you're 1-5 in your last 6 fights, like you say, he needs to go to the toolkit, figure it out, and figure out what works best for him at the end of the day. Because personally, to me, like 1-5, he's at a crossroad where he has to figure out what he wants to do, either with this career in fighting, or what's after fighting. Because he's about to be at this point, he's going to be in a sticky situation where it's like, yo, either you're fighting just to pay your bills.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
That's a rough spot to be in.
Yeah, you typically see how those fighters end up 20 years later.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, but I see it like this, though. What may be best for him is wait till Westside Gunn drops. Yo,
That's going to help him win?
Yeah. Wait till Westside Gunn drops, and maybe it can amp him up, and then he goes in there, when he's throwing punches, it sounds just like the ad-libs of Westside Gunn.
Boom.
Yup.
You know what he could do? Westside could try and sign him as an athlete to Griselda, and then maybe his career will take off.
Oh, like still
Griselda Sports.
Griselda Sports, any artist he touches. What were you about to say, Spence? Go ahead.
Nah, I would say, sign him just like they signed Still Got Cooked to Griselda.
Exactly. If you didn't hear it, listeners, you heard it here first.
Yeah, out of Westside Gunn's mouth himself.
Yes, he was the source that we're getting this from. It's not just us. Not just us talking shit.
This isn't Twitter. This isn't TMZ. This isn't Hood Fanatics. None of that. This is straight from the horse's mouth. The owner of Griselda said it himself.
So, Lau, once again, this is your weekend. How did we happen to hear this news?
So, listeners, as one of the things that we did is we went to the Forum Shops near the Caesars Palace, Las Vegas residents. You guys know what we're talking about. People who've been to Vegas more than once, you probably know what we're talking about as well. But for the listeners, this is just an area where it's kind of like a mall, but obviously there's other things included as well. And one of the stores there was Urban Necessities. And shouts out to that store. It was a pretty cool store. But it's mainly like a sneaker store. And Westside Gunn, he had a pop-up shop there selling his merchandise and stuff. Now, us three, we definitely didn't plan on coming to Vegas to meet Westside. It was like when we were already here, we were going through social media, and boom. Oh, Westside's going to be here. How far away? Oh, shit, 6 minutes? Hey, man, let's get that Uber. And then we went there. Line was kind of like wrapped around, actually. And apparently the line was wrapped around even further after we got in the store, according to some people that was walking by. Westside Gunn, man, he was a cool guy. First, like when he appeared, he was like, boom, boom, boom. And everybody was like, yo, 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 yo. Like, because it's cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had like the MF Doom piece, so that shit was shining.
Glistening.
Yeah. Diamonds were definitely boxing each other. And he stood out. And just from like looking and shit, obviously everybody trying to come up, grab pictures and shit. But he was interacting with everybody. Some people there that I didn't even think would ever listen to rap music just from their appearance. And the old saying goes, you should never judge a book by their cover. But the way these folks were, well, some of them, not all of them, it's like, damn, he knows Westside Gunn? You know, like, it's crazy. He has a large
fan base.
Yes, for a variety of people and a diverse crowd. And I think it's dope. And he interacted with everybody. He was talking about wrestling. He was talking about his music, which he did announce, hey, Stove God Cooks is part of Griselda. You heard it here first. That's what he said at the pop-up shop. Then he was letting people know, hey, Hitler Wears Hermes 8 is going to be 30 tracks because it's supposed to be double disc. So he was giving people's opinions on the wrestling match, and he had full-blown conversations, signing shit, taking pictures, doing videos with people. People were FaceTiming like their family, and he sat there and waited for the FaceTime so he could talk to their family. He was showing mad love, and he's the guy that everybody's there for. That's how you keep fans, and that's how you keep your supporters. And I have nothing bad to say about it. I thought it was great. We, us at the Highly Advised Podcast, we all got merch, multiple pieces of merch. We all got photo and video with Westside. He gave us dap and everything. Like, the dude was mad cool, man. Mad cool. So that's how we heard the Stove God Cook news that Spence announced.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was a real crazy experience, to be honest with you, man, because, like you said, probably stood in line for a couple hours just to get there. Then, even on top of it, like you said, Westside was coming through showing love. But I guess because everybody was just standing there, he was like, yo, y'all thirsty? And what he did, he ended up giving us some lemonade. As you can see, my co-host is swirling the lemonade around. Very excited because he drank his.
I did.
After giving me hell about it.
I did.
It's like, yo, you're going to drink yours? Yeah. Wow, I can't believe you're going to drink yours. I can't believe you're not a real Westside fan.
I was trying to tell you how to preserve it.
Yeah.
And then I saw you had to drink the shit in 7 days. I was like, fuck this shit.
Nah, but I mean, shout outs to Westside for that, though, because, like, the lemonade was even good. It's from the Buffalo Kids, which is, like, a gallery that he has up in Buffalo, New York. I think, to me, the dopest part of it, like you said, was with him actually reaching out to the fans to take pictures, because before he was just doing autographs and pictures at the desk, or whatever, where they were selling the merch at, and he just said, yo, forget this, I'm gonna just dap everybody up, talk to anybody. And that's the reason why the line was taking so long, because he was allowing fans to come behind the counter just to take pictures, talk. Yeah, he ended up having the Cal brand come through. They showed him some stuff. So it was super dope, even just from a hip-hop standpoint. So,
Man, you know, like, after seeing that interaction and the interaction we had with him and whatever, like, I gained a lot of respect for Westside, because I'm just like, he doesn't have to be out here for hours dapping up his fans and, you know, showing love to everybody. But he was out there, you know, really, you know, doing it for the fans, because God knows he doesn't have to be there. Hey, SummerSlam's down the street. I got to go, y'all. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, boom, boom, boom. All right, get your shit and get out. You know what I mean? like, you know what I mean? He could have did that, but he didn't, you know? So
he was there for a long time.
He was there for a long-ass time, just talking to his fans. Yeah, you got to respect it at the end of the day, because, like, it's part of what he does, and he did it, like, over exceedingly. You know what I mean?
And he was doing it at SummerSlam too. People walking up to him, taking pictures and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then didn't you say he was there even today? Because
he was back there again, doing the same shit for a long time.
Yeah, for a very long time. Yeah, we were there to cop some sneakers, and we saw him and doing it like Nigel said. He was posted up with fans, doing videos, pictures, having conversations, you know. They're bringing up the kids. He's posing with the kids and stuff. Like, you can't hate that. You know, you
gotta respect it.
Yeah, he's showing mad love to his fans. It's great. It's great. And I think he understands, like, everybody was there for him. And so he's showing his appreciation and be like, hey, look, I appreciate you guys coming out. So that's dope. You know what I mean?
It gets people to buy more merch too, for real.
And I gotta admit, I'm not gonna lie, the merch was a lot cheaper than I expected.
He made a killing on that merch.
Yes.
Shouts out to Westside for that.
It's a lot cheaper than I expected.
He made a killing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, man. He knew what he was doing. It was SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah.
He being a wrestling fan. What I think to me the most crazy part was when we were standing in line. There were so many people with his merch on already.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you knew, like, okay, nobody knew he was going to be out here. So clearly, it just shows you how big of fans he has. That people are like, yo, I gotta wear this, and then you get a chance to be like, yo, I get to pick pieces that, like, he once had, like the Fly God, right? That type of shirt. I think that sold out like years ago, or earlier, like a year or two ago. So he was bringing back merch that you couldn't even buy until now. So it was super. I think it was super dope. And like you said, like, you gotta appreciate someone that's willing to touch the fans, be out there right in the midst of things, while also knowing, like, hey, I'm gonna make you guys about to put dumb bread in my pocket.
Yep.
So the least I can do is be here for y'all.
Shit, there's probably some people who went there yesterday and came back today for more merch.
Probably so.
He probably made six figures yesterday.
He made a killing.
I think the dude made over 6 figures yesterday.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he sold a lot of merch.
Spence, I have a question for you now.
What's up?
I know that you had another experience with another rapper in Atlanta, Kanye West.
Right. You're right.
Are you flying up to Chicago for the third show?
Man, listen. If Vegas hadn't been so good to me, I probably would think about it.
So you're gonna do it. You don't have to think about it. You're just gonna go. That's what you're saying.
Hey, man, listen. We all can.
I gotta worry. I mean,
Yeah, I'm bowing out. Yeah, I'm bowing out of that joint.
Man, listen, like, as you can tell, if you haven't caught on, Kanye West has announced that he's doing his third pop-up, but this time it's actually going to be in Chicago.
Yep.
Apparently, I guess he's bringing it back home. But, of course, we all know what he's waiting on.
The rumors they appear to be true.
Appear to be true. Drake has a song out. Not a song out, but I believe there was like a snippet of him like actually dissing Kanye
No, the
West.
song's out.
The song's out?
It's called Betrayal. It's actually a Trippie Redd song featuring Drake on Trippie Redd's new album called Trip at Night. So the song is called Betrayal. I can't remember the exact lyric without reading it right now, but he does diss Ye, and it's fueling the rumors that's been happening between him and Kanye.
Well, I mean, listen, man. He brought Pusha T to the chat right after that. Figuratively and literally speaking. I think it was like a group. Was that group chat with Drake in the group chat?
It appeared to be that way.
Wow. Like,
I'm curious to know who else was in this group chat. Like, who did he invite Pusha T to talk to other than Drake?
because it was like 8 people. I'm like, I'm quite sure like somebody has to.
Virgil's one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, for real. Didn't Kanye say like, "Hey, I want what happened to my watch? I want the diamonds to do a backflip on it or some shit like that."
Probably so.
I mean, according to the images on social media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know, it's just funny to see this all go down. He's like, jocks have been bullying me my whole life. I've never thought of Drake as a jock, and once in my life, ever.
I don't think of him as a jock.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I could. And from Kanye's perspective, I get it.
Why do you say that?
I mean, Drake is like the cool guy that's with all the other cool people that do other things that are cool, as well as like he's the top guy that he can treat you any type of way, and no one's gonna look at him like, oh no, we can't be around this guy.
What if Drake's just a cool guy and him and Kanye just don't get along?
And it's very well possible that both can be true.
You about to say something, Law?
No, I'm not saying that.
This situation is weird to me, and I think it's weird that it's got as public as it has. I mean, but it's been public for a bit now. I just figured that we wouldn't be hearing about a part 2 of this. You know what I mean?
I'm ready for it.
I am too. I like rapper beef. the shit's entertaining to me. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same point in time, it's just odd to see.
Why odd?
When's the last time we've seen two rappers of this caliber go at each other in the public eye?
True.
It's been a bit. I'm just curious to know, like, you know, what the outcome of all this will be.
Kodak Black and Pooh Shiesty.
And that was the beef of the summer?
I didn't say it was beef for the summer, but you asked the question, I answered it.
I didn't know they were on that caliber.
That's why Spencer's laughing.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought them two?
Who would have thunk it?
You got the main event, Drake and Kanye West, and next up is Pooh Shiesty and Kodak Black.
Nah,
Yeah.
Drake and Kanye are the co-main. Pooh Shiesty's the main event.
Oh god, yeah, that's
That's
like
bad,
Showtime.
Bad booking.
Listen, man, you thought that VR game was something crazy.
Oh, shouts out to the VR game we played in here too, man. That shit was fun.
Yeah, shouts out to Odyssey VR. That's the place. And
Maybe they can fight in there. Maybe they can put on the gloves and they can actually have a boxing match in the VR space.
yeah, I guess they could. It's a nice little spot for that.
Hey, man, listen. All I know is beef always gives us great music. It gives us some great moments that hopefully, in this case, like you said, hopefully they can do it virtually. Because last thing we want, I highly doubt this will ever turn physical with Kanye West being in the middle of it. But I think Pusha T will find his way in this.
I need you to tell the listeners the truth, Spence. Do you think they're dropping on the same day or not?
Yeah.
So you think it's gonna happen?
I think they're going to drop on the same day, but I think it's not. I think it's with ill intentions.
Do you think Kanye's waiting in the wings like Sting in the stands for Drake to drop his album?
Of course.
I like that reference, Sting in the Stands.
Thank you.
Yo, oh shit.
He's just overlooking shit, just waiting for Drake.
I like that.
Or how
Sting
about
in the
this one?
Stands.
He's waiting backstage like with the money in the bank suitcase, waiting for Drake to get done with his match.
Yeah, but I like the Sting in the Stands.
Okay, all right.
Sting
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah. Sting in the Stands is better, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, listen. At the end of the day, bro, they're going to drop. They're going to drop the same day, and they're going to drop the same day because clearly, honestly, I don't think Drake ever got over the loss that he took against Pusha T. And some people may try to say it's not a loss.
It is.
I know it is.
It is.
But trust me, there's plenty of people that say it's not a loss because Drake didn't change anything with anything Drake had going on or anything to that nature. But a loss is a loss, and I think Drake never recovered from it.
Recovered? You're making it seem like
Yeah.
a falter.
What you mean?
Like his career foiled this shit.
Bro,
But
he didn't recover from it.
What you mean? He still outsell every nigga.
That has nothing, bro. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, though.
Then what do you mean? Because
If he's still holding on to a grudge for something, he clearly didn't get over what happened.
you saying he never recovered from it. Like
Yeah.
like he faltered. He's done. He's washed.
Bro.
He's saying it like
Right.
Drake has popped. Like what is that?
You got it, Chief.
I'm just saying that's what you saying. He never recovered. Like yo, he's not popped.
You right.
If you think about it, Pusha T's pop.
Ooh.
Anytime that somebody mentioned Pusha T because it's related to Drake, nobody's mentioning Pusha T right now for his own music. The shit with him on Pop Smoke's album, because he dissed Drake. It wasn't because he was just a Pusha T verse.
Here's what I'll say to that, right? I think that people are looking forward to Pusha T's music. I think if he put out music where he wasn't talking about Drake, then we would talk about Pusha T's music alone. But he keeps on digging at. He likes this shit, clearly. You know what I mean?
I feel like
They've had a beef for years, though.
I feel like Drake is keeping him relevant without Drake doing anything.
That's not. I don't think that's necessarily true for this case. Pusha T. I'm not saying that he's like one of the biggest artists. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not saying that neither. What I'm saying is the last few iterations of Pusha T has been about Drake. It's never been about, oh snap, his next album's coming. Oh snap, he just released a new song without a Drake disc. Oh snap, where was that in the past few years? It hasn't. there's been nothing there. Unless you're a diehard Pusha T fan and you follow him on every social outlet you can, and you're like, nah, bro, he was in New York with the new Lambo. I don't know that. That's not related to music. So what I'm saying is, I think that you could say Drake lost the battle because of the battle of the songs, whatever. But I feel like it didn't really do anything to him. Maybe Drake is like, okay, yeah, I want to make another diss song, but he's still the king of the mountain. Like Pusha T didn't do anything to him, to his career. Usually rap beefs, sometimes somebody's career gets altered off of that shit.
That's changed for a while now. It hasn't been that way. People get beat up now in rap and their careers aren't over. That wasn't the case either.
Well, like, I'm trying to think. Who got beat the hell up and their career wasn't looked differently?
Lil B.
He's like an exception. He's an exception to the rule. His whole career is an exception to a lot
his career is interesting to say the least.
Yeah. I mean, listen, bro. I get what you're saying. I'm not necessarily going to agree with you, but I mean, I get what you're saying. I think it all, like you said, if you're not a Pusha T fan, of course you're not going to know anything that he does outside of what you hear that may be taking shots at Drake. But to me, I don't even take it as anything because they've done this for years. They've been going back and forth with each other for maybe 8 or 9 years at this point?
Something like that.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a shot at you just because I'm gonna take a shot at you. Now, hopefully, when he puts out an album, his album isn't overly dedicated to Drake, because then that would be corny. I'm serious, because Pusha T is a phenomenal artist. His music, he makes phenomenal music. To me personally, I'll say that. But if he's making an album just solely targeted to Drake, the same way Drake had to rechange his whole album from Scorpion just to take shots at Kanye and Pusha T, then it's a problem. But if he's not changing his whole album the same way Drake had to make shots at someone, I'm fine with listening to Pusha T.
I think it's going to come down to, does he want to have a good first week, or he wants to be in obscurity? It's going to come down to that.
What if Kanye was like, hey, we're going to put out the Pusha T. What if we're going to put out the Pusha T album on the same day as Drake? And my album. Drake versus Kanye, that's the real competition. Obviously, he's going to beat Pusha T. We all know that. I'm not saying Pusha T is not going to win. He's not going to sell more than Drake. You know what I mean? Just is what it is. Right. Unless
what?
They put out both their albums on Audius for TikTok. I don't know much about it. I just know that apparently I've heard that they came up with this new service, apparently partnered with TikTok, and it's supposed to help with people monetizing their music through TikTok. I'm not sure as to how it's going to affect people. I would assume that for these people who are coming up with these TikTok trends and whatnot, hey, your video plays a lot on TikTok, you get paid some type of money. Listeners, if you know more about it, inform us about it. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, but I mean, shout outs to TikTok for finding another way of growing like their revenue stream, honestly. Because I don't know enough about it, but I'm quite sure it's going to be something big.
I don't know shit about it either. I just know that, things in the crypto world are taking off, and it's good to pay attention to all of it.
Yeah.
Anything that can help out the creators and listeners and, the people who are putting this shit online, that's kind of dope.
Yeah, always pay the artist, man. Always pay the artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, some artists don't get paid anymore.
So, oh God.
I was going to some artists just don't get paid anymore, like Max Kellerman. I believe he's off First Take now.
I've heard rumblings that they're talking about taking him off First Take if they haven't already.
Oh, really? Oh, so it may not have happened yet.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's what the rumors are and the reports are, is that he won't be on First Take alongside Stephen A. Smith.
Why?
I'm not sure. I think it's interesting that they would even take him off of there. Obviously, ESPN sees Stephen A. as their cash cow. They've definitely had him front page on, First Take. He has his own show on ESPN Plus. Show's kind of trash. I'm not going to lie. It just is what it is. I'm sick and tired of seeing baby Stephen A. Cut that shit out. Nobody needs to see that shit anymore. And me personally, what I think they might be trying to do is move Steven or Max Kellerman more towards, hey, you're talking about combat sports and that's it.
I think so too, because I noticed with the Max on MMA, of course Max on boxing, his own little podcast show where he usually has MMA fighters and shit. And him taking them, like if they do take him off of First Take, it's because they want to make that the Stephen A. show.
Yep.
That's all that is. I mean, shouts out to Max Kellerman. I don't hate him. He has some bizarre takes.
Yes.
But I don't hate him though. He definitely knows his boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's up then. I mean, I don't really watch First Take like that as much, but I am familiar with Max Kellerman, just being a boxing fan, as well as Stephen A. Smith. But if they want to move him more over to like something that's MMA and combat sports related overall, I think that's going to be better for Max Kellerman. It'll probably give him a brighter light to shine, to be honest with you.
They're trying to make him the new Ariel Helwani.
Yep. They got. You might not know this. Ariel Helwani is no longer on ESPN.
I saw something about it, but
Yeah.
I didn't really get into it. What happened?
Just over. Contract's over.
Yeah,
You know.
contract.
They
Yeah.
didn't renew his contract?
No, he didn't resign.
There you go.
Oh, that's what's
He
up.
didn't resign, and per this boxing podcast that I listened to, they were saying that like it had the reason why he didn't sign was because I guess he got offered less money than before, and then he didn't want to take it. But this is per the podcast I was listening to. This is not me confirming or me saying like this is the actual. So if it is true, then it would make a lot of sense why he moved on. But he's now with BT Sport, and he's back with MMA fighting. So I think Ariel's going to be okay because he's such a big character for combat sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be okay.
And he's trying to broaden himself out. I'm not mad at Ariel Helwani. And apparently he had some real bad issues with Dana White as well. Supposedly,
they have a long history of issues. Didn't Dana ban him from the UFC at one point?
That, and supposedly, apparently, when Dana White would walk into the room for press conferences, he would make Ariel Helwani get out.
Wow.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor. That shit's kind of crazy, but low-key kind of funny, too, at the same time. Probably not for him. It's probably, like, very not funny for him, but at the same point in time, it's, you know, as an outsider, it's like, damn, he really doesn't like you, know?
Yeah, I mean, but Dana's vocal about his distaste for Ariel.
Dana's vocal about anybody he does not like.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially Ariel Helwani.
Yo, shouts out to Dana White. He's a wild guy, but he's been, you know, running the ship.
Very polarizing.
Very polarizing, to say the least.
Nah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
We got anything else for the listeners, y'all? This, you know, we don't really have much updates for the people.
Nah, not too many. I think that's really it, honestly.
I do want to say, listeners, to backtrack on the Westside thing, one thing I thought it was mad cool about Westside, he was playing the Boldy James Project throughout the whole time we were there, the Bo Jackson LP, and he's really showing love to his own artists. And that event there is not for Boldy, it's for him. Westside could be playing all his own music, but he made sure that they played the Boldy James.
And he has a lot of music to choose from.
Yeah.
He could have chosen from multiple projects. And instead, he chose the newest project from one of his newest artists. So shouts out to him for that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact, man. That's definitely a fact. It was dope. It was pretty dope to actually have that work, how that all worked out, honestly. Just so, because more than likely anybody that's a fan of a Griselda member is probably a partial fan of other Griselda members.
Yeah.
So it's like, I may listen. I wasn't a Westside fan at first. I was a Benny fan. Then I got into Westside. So it's the same thing. Oh, I'm here for Westside. Who's this rapping on it? Oh, is that Benny the Butcher I hear on one song? Oh, who is this? And then you put two and two together. So I mean, it's dope. I think he's doing what he's supposed to do.
It's crazy, man. Like, I wasn't always the biggest fan of Westside, but like, what he does is smart, and you got to acknowledge as to how smart he is. Even if you're not the biggest fan of him rapping wise, you can't say that he's a dumb dude. Obviously not.
No, I mean, I think Griselda is probably one of the better business, like from a transparent perspective. I think Griselda does like one of the best ways of doing business in terms of the way they do merch, vinyls, as well as how he treats his artists versus typically what we have always seen where artists get signed to a rapper and they typically never are able to flourish as big.
Yep.
So especially when you're signed as a new artist to an act, because people of course like to use Rick Ross with Meek Mill and all of them, but that doesn't count.
They were already established, and there's more than enough examples of artists who have tried to start their own labels that have went nowhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Countless.
But one artist was doing their thing like Westside is Gucci.
Yep.
Yeah, all his artists, they're shining.
Shouts out to Enchanting.
She's new on the scene to the mainstream eyeballs, and people are starting to fuck with her. So, and it's the Gucci cosign. Yo, that's a little short topic that we have to talk about one day. The Gucci cosign, because it's a powerful thing.
Yeah, man, it's golden.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best cosign ever.
Yeah. No, I'm it's up there. It's definitely up
We're gonna get into it one day.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it definitely will.
We have anything else for the listeners?
Sha'Carri, hope you.
She gonna be all right.
Shouts out to the young queen, man, because she went dead last, so she got smoked and shit, and apparently she was talking a lot of shit, sipping her own Kool-Aid apparently. But if you were a Sha'Carri fan, don't just hop off the bandwagon because she lost this race. That doesn't mean she's a bad runner or anything. I feel like keep supporting her, keep showing her love. If you want her to succeed, that's the best way to do that. Don't be like, oh, damn, you ain't shit anyway. Come on, don't do that. That's fair weather fans. So
I think people are quick to hop off of bandwagons when shit like this happens. But I mean, the reasons you were supporting her in the first place, if it was her getting taken out for weed, have nothing to do with her losing. You know what I mean? If they did her wrong and that's why you support her through that, win or lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully she gets better. Hopefully she comes back better.
But shouts out to the Jamaican ladies. They did their thing.
Killed it.
You can't take it away from them because they earned the respect that they should give for killing it in the race. Yeah.
I think they were three of the fastest women this year also as well, if not some of the fastest as well.
They killed it in the Olympics too.
Not only that, I'll say us, living here in the States and whatever, we got to support our athletes, you know what I mean, through wins and losses. One thing they did at the WWE event was they brought out Gable Stevenson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the woman's name who won the medal, but she won the medal as well. And they should have been standing up and getting standing ovations. They went and did their thing in the Olympics and brought back gold medals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we should be treating them like gold. Because when people come back in those other countries, you see the way they cheer for Connor in Ireland?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why aren't we cheering for people like that over here? It makes no sense.
I agree. And back in the early 2010s, after Anderson Silva wins, he's coming back home to a festival, a celebration.
They have parades in the street for him.
Yeah.
And the WWE, they were like, oh, who the fuck are they?
Yeah.
So that is just, a gripe of mine.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
Who's going to close us out is the question.
Man.
Who wants to do it? One of y'all.
It's his birthday.
Oh, go ahead, birthday boy.
Nah, it's not my birthday anymore.
Whatever.
So,
Birthday weekend.
By the time this comes out, it's a week after your birthday, so it's birthday week.
It's something like that. We don't know the exact date.
No, it's not. No, technically speaking, it's not a week after my birthday by the time it comes out.
We don't know when your birthday
know what
is.
I mean, bro.
Well, all I'm going to say is this. Follow us at the Highly Advised Podcast on Instagram. Follow us at Advise Highly on Twitter. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Highly Advised Podcast. Make sure you leave likes, review, ratings, share, and spread the word of the Highly Advised Podcast. And also make sure you follow us individually as well. Me, the original bad guy, the main event, Big Cozy Too Cozy, with the special counsel and the executive consultant. I'm going to let them say their piece once they're done rolling up the red rug for me. All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Well, let me get my speech out so Naj can roll up the rug for you there.
They can see us.
It's all Photoshop, Naj. Yeah, you can follow me at St. Kitch, st.kitch on Instagram. Like Lau said, if you really want to speak, just hit me up on the Highly Advised podcast, though. I'm more accessible there. But other than that, I'm going to slide it over to my co-host.
This is Relaxing _Jackson. I'm here with my amigos and compadres. Once again, this will not be the last time. Vegas has treated us well. We are going back to where we have came from, meaning the East Coast.
Yes, sir.
We will see you later. You have been highly advised.
You've been highly advised. Shasha.